What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everybody's doing well, and let's dive into some recent news. So first up, super quick, for the Bitcoin dominance price chart on the monthly time frame. Yesterday, we did tag 60%. This is the highest it's been since April of 2021. So I know this is on the monthly time frame, the big picture view, but at least historically, when Bitcoin dominance has found its top, begins its crash, that first maybe large 10% drop on the monthly time frame, that has led to the last two alt seasons, and during this time, Bitcoin actually created higher highs. So Bitcoin went up, and then Bitcoin dominance went down, and that has led to the last two alt seasons. So for anybody new, I have no idea where Bitcoin dominance is going to find its top. We can see the monthly RSI is approaching 70, so I'm not sure if we're actually going to tag and reject that level or pierce through. If we pierce through, I could actually see Bitcoin dominance go significantly higher. And just looking at the RSI or momentum, this is the highest the RSI has ever been in history for Bitcoin dominance. And just looking at the Bitcoin index, we can see we're still holding above the 8-month EMA. That is very important after halvings, these purple circles as we get closer to elections. I'm just not 100% confident until we see historically that first major move, that first full monthly candle body like the previous 3 cycles. So right now the Bitcoin price chart is still in an uptrend, but ever since March hitting its all-time high price, we can see it's been ranging for about 7 months. So still playing a game of ping pong between that last low around like 49,000 to the high just shy of like 74k. So another day just watching Bitcoin as we are ranging, going up, down, up, down. I would love to see this move as soon as possible, just looking at the last 3 cycles and price action specifically after elections. I've shared this chart before, so I'll add it to the screen. Just my guess, looking at the diminishing returns of that first full monthly candle body of the previous cycles. So the longer we range here for Bitcoin going up, down, it gets really tiring, it gets really boring, I get it, but if and when we see that first major move well over 80,000, a full monthly candle body, whether it's, this month or in 6 months, then I'm excited because historically, once Bitcoin actually breaks the previous cycle top with the full monthly candle body, it is run for 200 to 300 days. So per usual, this is never financial advice, but this is what I'm looking at on the monthly time frame, just looking at the previous cycles. So obviously it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that if Bitcoin goes up significantly, even if it leads the way like previous cycles, that's a good thing. So if we see a first major move, I am celebrating. If we're still ranging below, I'm bored. And one thing we've seen a lot this year is the Bitcoin US dollar price chart versus Bitcoin dominance in their relationship. So we've seen periods where Bitcoin, the price chart actually stays the same or crashes as Bitcoin dominance stays the same or rises. And when that happens, there's volume, liquidity, just leaving the altcoin market. And that's when we've seen those big drops. So that's something I'm pretty tired of seeing every time Bitcoin does a large pullback and Bitcoin dominance stays the same or increases its market share. Alright, next up, we have PEAQ Network officially setting a launch date for the Layer 1 DePIN project or its mainnet. So it looks like November 12th. So hopefully they stick to this. Originally they were planning to do September. It got delayed till October. So let's see what happens. So full disclosure, this is heavily backed by a bunch of VCs, so some people might not be interested, but I think the partnerships are really interesting. We also know right here, PEAQ backs $100 million DePIN Fund 3 by Borderless Capital as an anchor investor. So I just have some crest, I'll get a little bit of a PEAQ airdrop, but I wasn't in the pre-sale, just something I'm keeping tabs on.
Yeah, so we acquired a company, I can't remember when it closed, but called Standard Custody, which has a New York NYDFS trust license. We are in the process, we won't go live until we get the green light to do so under the trust license. But we are already operationally ready. We've done, lots of operational testing with a whole bunch of launch partners, including exchanges and market makers. And so we're excited about the early momentum, even though we're not live. But the key, you ask when are we going to go live? We will go live as soon as we work with regulators. We will only do kind of front-footed, compliant, regulatorily appropriate things. There are good rules of the road on this one. So let's follow the rules of the road. And so when we get the green light from the regulators and our kind of license as a licensee, I don't know if I got that right, but we will go live then.
Alright, so that was a clip from Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, over at the DC FinTech Week just a few days ago. He discusses a bunch. I uploaded 28 minutes on my YouTube channel for anybody interested. They discuss his thoughts on the stablecoin market, USDT Tether, discussing the launch of the Ripple US dollar stablecoin, and then just mentioning Standard Custody right here. I also saw this shared on Twitter, so we have XP Market. You can go to xpmarket.com, you can come down to AMM rankings, and then click the AMM trends, so we can see the volume of the automated market maker on the XRP ledger. So we had a spike a couple years ago, and then we had a big spike this month. It's come down since then. So I don't know the cause of this, if there's, excitement with the Ripple US dollar stablecoin, or if it's just, more whales and a lot more interest picking up for trading of meme coins on the XRPL. I also saw this by Ripple, so this Garanti BBVA collaborates with Ripple and IBM to enhance the performance and security of its growing digital asset ecosystem. So we have this group, this BBVA Crypto, aiming to provide high-performance security and customer trust standards of digital assets by establishing strategic collaborations with Ripple. Through the service received from its subsidiary and IBM for the safe custody of its crypto asset trading platform, which serves more than 14,000 users. So this collaboration with these three groups to provide a secure environment for its crypto asset trading platform. So referring to Ripple Custody, and Medico is now fully under the Ripple Custody umbrella, discussing this combined solution with IBM, and always referring back to the predictions for the crypto custody market by 2030 of expected to reach 10 trillion. Next up, for Hadera, so I saw this shared by HashPAQ announcing the launch of Bonzo Finance. This is the first lending protocol on top of Hadera. So I don't own any, I wasn't in the pre-sale, but something to keep tabs on. I also saw Hadera sharing this clip over in Singapore during Token 2049. So this is Red Swan. This is a commercial real estate company joining Hashgraph, their product manager Oliver, discussing Red Swan's goal to democratize real estate investments. Using Hadera and real-world assets are a thing. The question is, which chains are going to be most successful and when will we see mass adoption? We know the tokenization stats are in the trillions of dollars, so this is going to be a marathon. We also have the older news of Red Swan, if you want to look into them, building a token studio on Hadera for real-world asset tokenization. So we know the predictions of the tokenization of globally illiquid assets by 2030, and then even Red Swan, some additional information. This article is from 2023, so I don't know what they currently have, but we can see that they had at this time $5 billion in tokenized assets. I know I've discussed this before. If you guys know if there's any existing hubs similar to DeFi Llama where you can see total value locked on a bunch of DeFi protocols, it would be really cool if there was a website or platform that showed a bunch of chains and their estimated overall value of tokenized real-world assets. If one does exist that is semi-accurate, please let me know. I know that we're early in this race and it's probably hard to actually quantify that or source it correctly, but that would be a really cool platform. So instead of showing DeFi total value locked in a bunch of different chains, their volume, the numbers, it would basically show the amount of tokenized assets on top of that chain. And this week, I also saw some things related to Hadera with their application Atma.io with Avery Dennison, so it looks like they stopped their transactions. And keep in mind, Atma.io, I know it was a grants project, I do hope they continue and don't just shut down, but that contributed to, billions and billions of transactions on Hadera's mainnet. So I'll keep tabs if there's any commentary from the HBAR Foundation. This was a grants project that we've discussed before, and I definitely don't want to see it stop. I know a few months ago, the Hashgraph Association had an interview, I believe, with the HBAR Bull, and he did talk about this, about it potentially stopping, or if they continue or find another use case, but I really wanted to see this continue. And yes, you could argue that this grant project was successful because it proved Hadera's scalability and it could handle it, but I want to see these enterprise applications not just be grants and continue on, showing revenue generation or cost savings, so it's actually used by enterprises globally. Alright, a few more things and we'll call it a day. So we have Kamala, we have Trump discussing crypto more and more, and we have elections next week. I genuinely have no idea what to expect, so I'm just trying to expect the unexpected and just pure chaos over the next few months. Keeping tabs on Fetch AI, or the ASI token with the token merge, we have right here with Hadera speaking November 6th to the 8th, Singapore FinTech Festival. So we can see Hadera right here highlighting the products and services, the stablecoin studio, we have the asset tokenization studio, and the Guardian. We also have this month for SUI deposits and withdrawals of USDC on SUI or SUI is live on Coinbase. They also announced right here the global debut of SUI Hub. And right here, over 3,000 Ethereum have been effortlessly bridged from Ethereum to SUI via the SUI bridge. We have iTrustCapital also highlighting SUI has been up 20% the past 24 hours. So they have a variety of assets available for anybody interested. I have iTrustCapital linked in the YouTube video description. Or you can visit iTrustCapital.com directly, and they have a promo going on with Roll24. And earn a $100 bonus rolling over your old 401k into a crypto IRA. And you can start a crypto IRA, traditional or Roth IRA with as little as $1,000 bucks. You don't have to bet the farm. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like button and sharing your thoughts down below. As always, you can find all links, including resources for charting, trading bots, platforms, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts in my link tree at the top of the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.